If happiness really comes from within, then why are we always searching outside of ourselves? Why do we chase money, relationships, or status as if they hold the secret key? Think about it. A new phone is released and suddenly we feel that rush of excitement. We imagine how much better life will be once we hold it in our hands. Or we scroll through social media, posting a photo, waiting for likes and comments to roll in, hoping they'll validate our worth. Or we throw ourselves into career goals, promotions, titles, salaries, believing that once we reach the next level, happiness will finally settle in. And yet, have you noticed? The happiness doesn't last. The phone feels ordinary after a few weeks. The likes stop coming. The new promotion brings more pressure than peace. Each time, we're left searching again, outside, hoping the next thing will fill the space inside. Here lies the paradox. If happiness is truly within us, why do we keep running after things outside of us? Is it possible we're looking in the wrong direction? The Buddha offered a radical answer. He taught that happiness is not found in possessions or external rewards. It is found in the state of our own mind. In Buddhism, there is a distinction between praya and sukha. Praya is the pleasure we get from external things, the sweetness of a dessert, the praise of others, the thrill of a purchase. It feels good, but it fades quickly. Sukha, on the other hand, is deeper. It is true well-being, the inner peace that arises from clarity, compassion, and contentment. The Buddha compared our chase for external pleasure to drinking salty water. The more we drink, the thirstier we get. External pleasures may taste sweet for a moment, but they don't satisfy. True happiness, sukha, is like pure, fresh water. It doesn't leave us craving more, it leaves us nourished. So the question becomes, are we quenching our thirst or making it worse? If happiness really lies within us, then why do we keep searching outside? Why does our mind run endlessly after the next shiny thing, the next achievement, the next fix? Part of the answer lies in our psychology. The Buddha described it as tanha, craving. Craving is that restless pull towards something we don't yet have, or the push against something we don't want. Modern science confirms the same truth. Our brains are wired with a reward system that lights up when we chase novelty, attention, or validation. Social comparison plays its role too. We look around and measure ourselves against others, their house, their car, their vacations, their relationship. Each scroll through social media is like pouring fuel on this fire of comparison. Advertisements whisper constantly, "Buy this and you'll finally be happy." But what happens when we give in? We buy the product, wear the brand, or upgrade the lifestyle. And the satisfaction fades almost as quickly as it came. It's a cycle of hunger that never truly ends. The Buddha called this the wheel of samsara, a cycle of desire, momentary satisfaction, and inevitable disappointment. Let's make this personal. Pause for a moment and reflect. Can you remember a time when you finally got what you thought you needed to be happy? Maybe it was a promotion, a gadget, or even someone's attention. For a while, it felt amazing. But how long did it last? Days? Weeks? Eventually, the happiness slipped away, didn't it? That fading, that hollow aftertaste, is what drives us to keep looking outside. Not because happiness is truly there, but because we've been conditioned to believe it is. The Buddha's own life illustrates this truth powerfully. Born as Prince Siddhartha, he had everything most of us think would make us happy: wealth, palaces, gardens, fine clothes, servants, even a family who loved him. His father shielded him from hardship, surrounding him only with beauty and comfort. And yet, Siddhartha was not content. Deep down, he felt a restlessness. Surrounded by abundance, he still sensed something missing. When he finally left the palace and saw sickness, aging, and death for the first time, he realized that no amount of luxury could protect him, or anyone, from life's inevitable changes. The palace was not a guarantee of peace. In fact, it kept him blind to reality. There's also the story of a monk who lived with almost nothing. Just robes, a begging bowl, and a quiet place to meditate. When asked if he was unhappy without possessions, he smiled. His joy came not from what he had, but from what he no longer needed. These stories remind us of a profound lesson. External abundance does not guarantee inner peace. The Buddha gave up the palace not because he rejected comfort, but because he discovered it could never provide what he was truly seeking: freedom from craving, freedom from suffering. So when we ask, if happiness comes from within, why do we keep searching outside? The Buddha's own journey answers, because until we see clearly, we mistake glitter for gold. And yet once we understand, we can begin to search where happiness has always been, in the quiet, steady space of our own heart. If happiness doesn't come from things outside, then where does it come from? The Buddha's answer was simple yet radical. True joy is born within us. He taught that three qualities form the roots of lasting happiness: mindfulness, compassion, and contentment. Mindfulness helps us stay present. Instead of chasing after what we don't have or replaying regrets of the past, mindfulness anchors us in this moment, where peace is always possible. Compassion softens the heart. When we extend kindness to others, something shifts inside. Modern studies show that acts of generosity and empathy trigger the brain's pleasure centers. Helping others doesn't just benefit them, it nourishes us too. Contentment is perhaps the rarest jewel. It is the quiet whisper that says, "What I have is enough. Who I am is enough." The Buddha reminded his followers that even the richest person is poor if they are never satisfied, and even the poorest person is wealthy if they live with contentment. Modern science confirms these ancient truths. Gratitude practice, writing down 3 simple things you're thankful for each day, has been shown to rewire the brain, making people happier and more resilient. Mindfulness meditation reduces stress and strengthens emotional balance. Compassion training increases joy and life satisfaction. Think of it like planting a garden inside yourself. Instead of searching in barren fields outside, you begin to cultivate your own soil. Each act of mindfulness is like watering a seed. Each moment of compassion is like sunlight. Each breath of gratitude helps the inner garden bloom. The result isn't temporary pleasure, but a steady, nourishing joy that doesn't depend on circumstances. Knowing this is one thing, living it is another. The Buddha always emphasized practice, turning wisdom into action. So how do we live this truth day by day? First, pause before chasing external validation. The next time you reach for your phone to check likes or feel the urge to impress someone, stop, take a breath. Ask yourself, is this really where my happiness lives? Second, ask, what inner state am I really seeking? When you crave a purchase, recognition, or success, dig deeper. Are you seeking peace, connection, security? Often the thing we're chasing outside is actually pointing to a need inside. Third, practice gratitude and mindfulness daily. Start small. Notice your breath when you wake up. Appreciate the taste of your morning tea. Whisper thanks for one simple thing: the warmth of the sun, the smile of a friend, the body that carries you. These tiny moments accumulate, just like drops filling a jar. Now let's try a short reflection together. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what small inner shift could make me happier right now? Maybe it's softening your shoulders. Maybe it's forgiving yourself for a mistake. Maybe it's taking a deep, conscious breath. Notice how even the smallest shift begins to change how you feel. This is the heart of living the Dharma daily. Happiness is not a prize we chase outside. It's a practice we cultivate inside. And with each mindful choice, each compassionate action, each grateful breath, we water the garden of true joy. So let's return to our starting question. If happiness comes from within, why are we always searching outside? We've seen that part of the reason is conditioning. From childhood, we're taught that success, possessions, or approval will make us whole. And for a moment, they do. But the feeling fades. Like drinking salty water, the more we consume, the thirstier we become. The Buddha's answer is both simple and profound. Lasting happiness cannot be bought, chased, or held in someone else's hands. It arises from within, from mindfulness, compassion, and contentment. These inner roots don't depend on circumstances. They're always available, waiting for us to cultivate them. This doesn't mean we must reject the world or stop enjoying life. It means we shift the source of our joy from what is fleeting to what is steady. When we stop searching outside and begin tending the garden inside, peace naturally grows. If this reflection spoke to you, I invite you to join me on this journey of Buddhist wisdom. Subscribe to the channel for more teachings, stories, and practices to live with clarity, compassion, and true happiness. Together, we can learn not just to seek happiness, but to embody it.